The AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D has hit the scene, armed with the latest Zen 5 architecture and revolutionary 3D V-Cache technology. Designed for serious gamers and power users, this chip promises unparalleled performance, balancing lightning-fast speeds with impressive multitasking capabilities. However, users in Europe are facing a shortage of the Ryzen 7 9800X3D right now because of its overwhelming demand, with major retailers like Newegg, Best Buy, and Micro Center reporting that they are sold out. On the other hand, a few weeks ago, Intel Core Ultra 200K Arrow Lake chips were launched in the market, which focused more on gaming performance with a small NPU. However, the users were disappointed and said in their reviews that Intel's promises of high gaming performance were not met because the newly launched chips performed similarly to last year's Intel Core 14th Gen Raptor Lake refresh chips. Moreover, Intel is now involved in a CPU crash scandal about its latest 13th Gen Raptor Lake and the recently unveiled 14th Gen Raptor Lake refresh processors, which has notably resulted in a class action lawsuit. This troubling situation has opened the door for AMD's gaming CPUs to capture a growing share of the market from Intel, leading to a substantial transformation in the gaming landscape that fans are closely monitoring. Continuing in the tradition of other X3D processors, the 9800X3D utilizes AMD's innovative second-generation 3D V-Cache technology. A key distinction of this latest design is its re-engineered placement of the substantial 64MB L3 cache. Instead of being situated above the CPU cores as in earlier models, the new architecture locates the cache directly beneath the cores. This reconfiguration is anticipated to yield substantial performance benefits. AMD has established itself as the dominant force in PC gaming CPU performance for well over 2 years, and its X3D chips have continually offered performance enhancements that Intel has struggled to replicate effectively. The newly launched Ryzen 7 9800X3D, with a price tag of $479, not only amplifies gaming performance, but also provides noticeable improvements in everyday tasks and various creative workloads, solidifying its versatility for different users. While earlier desktop Zen 5 CPUs did not meet expectations in gaming performance, the release of the 9800X3D on November 7th marked a turning point. This new CPU showcases marked improvements over its predecessor, the impressive Ryzen 7 7800X3D. After undergoing a week of testing, substantial gains were observed in productivity applications, and approximately an 8% increase was achieved in gaming performance, which is quite significant. For those who are dedicated to playing games on their PCs, the 9800X3D stands out as an exceptional option, comparable to the $449 Ryzen 7 7800X3D. It offers a perfect balance of performance and value for serious gamers. It has been 5 long years since a gaming CPU has managed to excite my enthusiasm to this degree. While the AMD Ryzen 9 9950X was launched back in August, gamers have been particularly eager for the Ryzen 7 9800X3D, and for good reason. The 7800X3D has garnered acclaim for its outstanding gaming performance, often outpacing more expensive CPUs that feature additional cores, largely attributable to its unique 3D cache design, which facilitates enhanced cache access with remarkably lower inactivity. The Ryzen 7 9800X3D effectively continues the legacy of the 7800X3D, securing performance leadership in nearly all gaming benchmarks tested. Despite its relatively high retail price of $479, which significantly exceeds that of AMD's next processor, it is a worthy investment for anyone looking to construct a high-end gaming PC poised to fully leverage the capabilities of advanced GPUs like the RTX 4080 Super or the Radeon RX 7900 XTX. In terms of aesthetics and design, the AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D shares a similar look and feel to the Ryzen 7 9700X, which was released in August 2024. Both processors feature an 8-core, 16-thread configuration based on the cutting-edge Zen 5 architecture, although they do differ in performance specifications, with the 9800X3D boasting a boost clock speed of 5.2 GHz compared to 5.5 GHz for the 9700X. The most significant distinction lies in the inclusion of 3D V-Cache technology within the 9800X3D. When considering CPU design, a CPU's cache acts as high-speed memory integrated on the processor die itself, which allows for far quicker data access when compared to traditional system memory. An increase in cache capacity translates to reduced dependence on slower random access memory, RAM. AMD's groundbreaking 3D V-cache technology enhances this capability by positioning the cache beneath the core chiplet die, CCD, departing from the prior designs where it was adjacent to the cores. This adjustment facilitates a greater volume of cache while also minimizing delay since the cache is physically closer to the cores. The Ryzen 7 9800X3D is equipped with a substantial 96MB L3 cache, whereas the Ryzen 7 9700X has only 32MB, marking a threefold increase that delivers a significant enhancement to gaming performance metrics. The previous generation's design of the 3D V-cache brought about thermal challenges due to the increased distance between the cores and the integrated heat spreader, IHS. In the performance tests conducted, the 9800X3D reached a peak temperature of only 80 degrees Celsius, whereas the Ryzen 7 7700X climbed to 93 degrees Celsius under similar testing conditions, although I didn't have access to a 7800X3D for a more direct comparison. Nonetheless, it's important to note that the 9800X3D does consume more power than its counterpart, the 9700X, with power consumption levels soaring to 160.3 watt under full load in Cinebench, in contrast to the 9700X, which uses about 88 watts. This increase in power draw is likely a result of AMD granting the 9800X3D greater freedom and performance potential compared to the more conservative energy management applied in its non-X3D counterpart. Upgrading to the 9800X3D proves to be a more straightforward task than upgrading to the Intel Core Ultra 9 285K. The new processor is compatible with both the latest X870 motherboards and the prior generation X670 platform. AMD has committed to the AM5 socket for the foreseeable future, indicating that upcoming upgrades will not necessitate the hassle of a complete system rebuild. While you can expect that any CPU priced at $479 should deliver exceptional gaming performance, the AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D faces a high bar to meet, especially in the wake of its predecessor, the Ryzen 7. The anticipation surrounding the 9800X3D highlights the evolving dynamics of the CPU market and the ongoing rivalry between AMD and Intel. First, let's take a closer look at the performance of the 9800X3D when subjected to an all-core workload in the Cinebench 2024 benchmark. An interesting point to note is that although the 9700X boasts a boost frequency of 5.5 GHz, during this particular workload it only managed to sustain a frequency of 5,225 MHz. Notably, this frequency aligns exactly with the operational frequency of the 9800X3D. However, it's important to mention that the 9800X3D requires additional power to maintain its frequency due to its inclusion of an extra 3D V-cache, which is designed to enhance performance. Throughout our comprehensive testing process, we recorded an average package power of 180 watts utilized by the 9800X3D. Remarkably, even with this power consumption, the temperature of the chip's CCD never surpassed 79 degrees Celsius, indicating efficient thermal management under load. Moreover, we found that the L3 cache maintained a cool temperature of 56 degrees Celsius throughout the tests. These measurements were obtained using the MSI MAG Core Liquid i360 cooling solution, which provides excellent thermal performance, allowing us to accurately assess the processor's capability. To sum up, the AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D has become a prominent topic of discussion in the tech community, widely recognized as the leading gaming CPU currently available on the market. This latest model represents a significant advancement over its predecessor, the 7800X3D, bringing notable improvements in performance across a variety of tasks, including those in both gaming and non-gaming environments. This enhanced capability is largely attributed to its groundbreaking second-gen AMD 3D V-cache technology, which helps optimize processing efficiency. Benchmark tests conducted by various tech outlets demonstrate substantial performance gains, especially in gaming scenarios, where the Ryzen 7 9800X3D has shown to outperform the previous Ryzen 7 9700X by an impressive margin of 14%. However, despite its remarkable performance capabilities, consumers have encountered difficulties in obtaining this processor due to a notable shortage in supply. This shortage of the Ryzen 7 9800X3D, coupled with the recent challenges faced by the Intel Core i9 14th Gen series, has resulted in a particularly tough environment for those who are eager to upgrade their computer systems and take advantage of the latest advancements in processor technology. As a result, potential buyers may face increased frustration and limited options in their quest for an optimal gaming experience. This wraps up today's video. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment box. See you in the next video.